Well, welcome everybody. We're thrilled to have you today. CONNECTpreneur is a global community of over 25,000 investors, CEOs, entrepreneurs, and business leaders and professional service providers from around the world. And today marks our 90th CONNECTpreneur event overall over the last 12 years and our 40th virtual CONNECTpreneur Rocket Pitch event, which is now the world's largest monthly investor pitch event. So thank you guys for making it possible for us. We've had over 1,000 presenting companies over the last 12 years. We have over 4,000 accredited and qualified purchaser, private investors, angels, and family offices who are interested in investing in awesome deals that they can meet through our CONNECTpreneur community and our events. We've helped over 500 companies receive financing through our platform. And this is just another in a continuum. We do these monthly. The next one is May 31st virtually, and we are getting back to in-person events as well. Talk more about that in a second. Hopefully, you've already downloaded the program book for today's event. Avery, who is our assistant community manager, will post the link to today's program book in the chat, so you can feel free to click on it, and you'll have all the information on our sponsors and our presenting companies. So a couple things about today's event. We have 6 awesome presenting companies. Hopefully you'll be able to stay and listen to all 6 pitches. After the last presenter, number 6, we will open up the breakout rooms, and each breakout room is hosted by one of our presenting companies. So we have 6 breakout rooms, and you're welcome to go in and out of whatever breakout rooms you like. And the purpose of the breakout room is for our presenting companies to go deeper with interested investors and partners. Please remember, these breakout rooms are not general networking. They're solely for the benefit of our presenting company. So if you're interested, please go ahead and engage there. You can also work with our presenters to set up follow-on meetings for next week or next couple weeks, and you can go deeper. Also, we have a group chat, so please be respectful in your usage of it. You can post your LinkedIn and other contact info. A brief introduction about who you are and what you do. I mean, our events are all about networking, but please do not overload the chat. And unless you're a presenter or a sponsor, please don't post more than 2 or 3 times. We really appreciate that. Also, our presenters will be posting links to their deck and executive summaries into the group chat. They may also be posting their Calendly or registration information for follow-on meetings. So keep an eye out for that. And you've probably noticed that the group chat is pretty inundated. So before you go into the breakout rooms or before you leave the meeting, please download your chat transcript before you go in. And you can read the chat transcript afterwards. Also, we're going to conduct some polls today. We're conducting 2 polls for our sponsors. So if you have a need for some of their services, please indicate. This is confidential. We're not going to share it with anyone but the sponsor. We obviously want to support our sponsors because they're the ones that make our events possible. And we're also going to do 2 investor polls. We have 6 presenting companies. So after the first 3, we'll do a poll. And please keep in mind, this is for investors only. And then we will then have the next 3 presenters go, and then we'll do a second poll after that. I want to thank our awesome CONNECTpreneur ambassadors who've done a great job spreading the word about our events worldwide. Want to thank our great prep team. If you're interested in becoming a CONNECTpreneur ambassador, we have a poll question for that, so you can indicate, and we'll follow back up with you and fill you in on what that entails. There is no Q&A. Each of our presenters will be between 4.5 minutes roughly, with no Q&A. So if you have questions, you can go into breakout room and ask the presenters afterwards. The first 3 presenters will be introduced by Mark Haas, who's the CEO of the Association for Enterprise Growth, AEG. And the next 3 will be introduced by Lisa Friedlander of Next, powered by Shulman Rogers. Also want to bring to your attention, we have a great YouTube channel. We have over 500 videos of our alumni presenters, so please check it out and subscribe. And we also have a free Slack channel with over 4,200 business leaders on it. And again, you can feel free to join and network with other members. Avery or Emily, who are co-hosts today, they can post information on how you can join our YouTube channel or our Slack channel. And today's presentations will be edited and posted on our YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, you'll get a notification, and you can see it once it comes out. We have a couple of upcoming events. Our next virtual rocket pitch is May 31st. So please mark your calendars now. It'll be on Zoom. And then we will also have 2 in-person meetings in the Washington, D.C. area. On the evening of June 8th, we have CONNECTpreneur in Tyson's Corner in the evening. And then on June 13th, we have Connect Tales, which is just a cocktail party with no pitches on June 13th in the evening in Arlington, Virginia. So if you're interested, stay tuned. You will be on our mailing list. We will let you know about it. And we're going to put links to sign up into the chat. I also want to bring to your attention a couple of really great events that are coming up by our partners. Next, powered by Schulman Rogers, is rolling out a brand new pitch platform called Next Raise. Lisa will tell us a little bit about it when I introduce you to Lisa later on. But they have 2 showcases, one for seed and one for Series A. There are going to be venture capitalists in the room, and you have to apply to be able to pitch to this group. That meeting will be held in North Bethesda, Maryland at Schulman's office. So stay tuned on more information for that. And then I do want to also let you know that June 22nd, there's an all-day summit in Arlington, Virginia. It's the 9th annual Wharton DC Innovation Summit. CONNECTpreneur is a proud sponsor of that. And Wharton is a very loyal and great partner of ours as well. Super early bird is in effect until tomorrow. I believe we have Alan and Ruan from the Wharton Club on this call, so they can post additional information, or you can DM us and we'll get you the information. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to put up our first poll. Avery, can we pop the first poll for our sponsors? Let's see, I want to shout them out. We have, and by the way, this is for our sponsors. This is a confidential poll. If you have any needs, we'll be glad to share your information with the sponsors, and you guys can have a conversation separately. But I want to thank Next, powered by Schulman Rogers, Modus Create, Truist Financial, AEG, Entrepreneurs Organization, Pitchforce, Maryland Tech Council, Keiretsu Forum, Enterprise Transformation Solutions, Schulman Rogers, Startup Grind, Ryan and Wetmore, Refraction, which is the leading innovation hub in the Washington, D.C. region. I'm broadcasting from there right now, which is where we have our offices. And they're offering a special deal for anyone in the Washington, D.C. area who might be interested in having a presence in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. I want to thank the Baltimore Angels, the Northern Virginia Chamber of Commerce, FITSE, the Dingman Angels from the University of Maryland, Angels and Life Sciences Investors, and the New Jersey Angels, Georgetown University Entrepreneurship, Center for Advancing Innovation, Founder Institute. Thank you guys so much for your support over the years. We really appreciate it. And thank you, attendees, for clicking on the poll, which we will end now. We will keep everything confidential. All of our polls are confidential, just so you know. It's not a popularity contest. We will only share your responses with our partners or with our presenting companies. Okay, so to introduce our first batch of 3 presenters, I would like to introduce longtime CONNECTpreneur partner, my good friend Mark Haas. Mark is the CEO and co-founder of AEG, which is the DC, Baltimore, and Tampa, Florida region's top alliance of elite service providers and advisors. AEG is expanding into other regions around the U.S. Members include some of the leading business professionals in Washington, Northern Virginia, Baltimore, and Tampa. I'm personally proud to be an investor in and chairman of AEG. And Mark is also currently in fundraise mode. So maybe he can talk a little bit about the company and post his executive summary in the chat box. So any interested investors can reach out to Mark. But Mark, please give us a few more details about AEG, and thanks so much for your support of CONNECTpreneur.
Okay. Thanks, Tian, and good morning, everybody. We're building something that's a little bit unique. Everybody knows there are peer groups for CEOs and there are networking groups for advisors. We're doing it a little bit differently. We're creating some very exclusive, trust-based communities for the sort of the best advisors in complementary disciplines. So everything a mid-market CEO and company would need to actually grow and thrive and exit. And so we started this 2 years ago. And we've grown in DC and Baltimore. We just opened both communities of both advisors and CEOs in Tampa. And we will continue to launch cities across the country. and knit them all together. That's another unique feature. So it's a very powerful way to increase the effectiveness of individual companies. And we're also knitting them together with the institutions in those cities, economic development, chambers of commerce, business media, and trade associations, to everything that a company needs to connect and thrive. Tien said we are in capital raise mode to format that expansion. So if you are an elite advisor or a CEO of a 20 million plus company or an investor and want to find out some more, please provide me some information and I will get back to you. And I put a summary of that in the chat box. So our first presenter, I think I can confidently say that every one of us has had at least one great world-changing idea that never launched because it was just too hard to figure out how to create that kind of operation and bring it to market. Our first presenter has developed a platform to streamline and accelerate that process and turn those great ideas into products. Let me introduce Henrik Johansson, CEO and founder of Gemba. Perfectly named company, by the way.
I'm Henrik Johansson. I'm one of the founders and the CEO of Gemba. Gemba is the world's first marketplace for consumer product creation. You could think of us as the Alibaba, but for new products. Why does the world need that? My second slide will tell you. It's because product development is difficult, and there are literally millions of merchants, small businesses that need it. How did we get here? Like Amazon and Shopify has basically drastically reduced the barrier to entry to create a new e-commerce business. And you could argue that Alibaba has made it super easy to buy things that already exist. But in order to build a successful e-commerce business or D2C brand, you have to develop new products. And new product development is still really risky. It's hard and it's expensive. And it kills a lot of SMBs because if you fail somewhere along the way, that failure may be fatal. So nobody has lowered the barriers to entry to create new products. And that's why we created Gemba. Gemba is the world's first marketplace and collaboration platform that helps people either find new products they can sell or create brand new products from scratch. So on one hand, it's a proprietary software platform that knows how to create basic everything, a collaboration tool and a workflow engine. And on the other side, a large and growing network of experts and factories, experts that have deep expertise in industrial design, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and then factories that can make the products from all over the world. How are we doing so far? We're doing pretty good. We grew very rapidly in 2020, 5x, 2021, 3x. We slowed down a little bit in 2022 due to the economy and the strong headwinds in e-commerce. But here in 2023, we started to accelerate again. And now we're doing it with half the OpEx that we had. So the company's leaner, meaner, and stronger than ever. So how does it work? Well, there's two things that we do. One, brands come to us with their own product ideas. They may have a back of a napkin sketch or a finished prototype. Either way, we connect them with designers, experts that are really good at that specific product. So imagine you make a set of headphones and you want solar cells on top so they can charge themselves. Right? We would connect you with designers and engineers that worked at Bose or Skullcandy, so they have deep expertise in that specific product type. And then similar on the factory side, we found multiple factories that can make that product and help the customer go through bidding to get the best one. The other piece that we do, number two here, is that we connect the designers with the tools so they can help identify new product concepts that consumers are looking for. So we're sifting through terabytes of data and identify what people like and don't like about existing products, which gives us ideas about new products. So as the designers go through that research, they create product concepts that are then made available to factories all over the world on the factory marketplace. So factories can go in a specific product category, find products that they can manufacture. They add the unit economics, manufacturing details, and then they post it into the brand marketplace where brands and e-commerce companies can access and buy brand new products never been sold before in the market. This reduced the cost and time to market with over 50%, and you can reduce the risk with as much as 80%. Unit economics are strong. We have multiple monetization channels. On the brand side, when the brands come to us with new products, the average order value is about $24,000. LTV at the gross margin is about $13,000 with a healthy LTV to CAC of around 3. On the marketplace side of the new products, even healthier, a little lower LTV but higher margin, and the LTV to CAC is over 5. Where are we going? Well, we're accelerating growth right now. We're going to continue to do that into 2024 and beyond. We're currently raising $4 million Series A. We are A1. We have $1.5 million already committed by ATX Ventures, which is one of the biggest VCs in Austin, Texas. We have a full team with senior folks, and we would love to tell you more about it, but I don't have any more time. So please join me in the breakout room. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.
Thanks, Henrik. That's really great. So gift giving is a really kind of a challenge, and gift receiving is also. If you ever got an ugly sweater as a kid, you know what I'm talking about. It wouldn't be great if we had some kind of the equivalent of a wedding registry where we know what somebody really wants, where to get it, and what price. Our next company has created a unique platform and mobile app to make this possible and easy. Please pay attention to Nina Guys-Garrity, CEO of Get Gifted.
Remember the last time you gave someone a gift, saw the reaction, and thought, nailed it? Get Gifted brings you that reaction every single time. It's an experience that you love to get, and we're bringing it to you. Avery? Oh, we're going this way. All right. The problem, every great idea starts with an excellent problem. And here was my problem, which is actually your problem. Several years ago, I was in San Diego visiting my young niece. Every morning we'd go to the market and get fresh strawberries. Came back to the East Coast, and I wanted to get Stella her blueberries and thought, well, how can I do it? You can't Venmo a blueberry. You can't Cash App a blueberry. You can't send it through the mail. So I had no recourse but to go to a large box store. So I had to drive to Whole Foods, and I stood in front of the blueberries. They're $4.85, and I thought, in San Diego, they're probably $5.75. So I went to the register, asked for a gift card for $5.75, and was told, you can't do that. You can get a gift card for $5 or $10. And there I thought is a secondary problem, because for years to come, I want to get Stella what she wants on the other coast, and I didn't want to reside with traditional gifting. So what did I do? I had to innovate before I could celebrate. Came up with Gifted. So Get Gifted is a mobile peer-to-peer app, and it's seamless and easy closed-loop gifting. Your users go in, they download wish lists that they have personally created with all the services and goods and lifestyle experiences that they want. And we know factually that people want services and lifestyle experiences more than they want items. And that we can bring you. And no matter where you are in the country, you tell us the cost, the tax and tip included. I pull up what you want. So every Monday morning, my Stella, I send her a little message, I push send, and while the money is transferring into her in-app digital wallet, she is cued in to send me a thank you card, which then I receive moments later. She transfers the money into her bank account, and the next morning she's off to the local farm stand to buy blueberries. You can send your friend a golf lesson. Send your best friend Orioles tickets. If you're here in Baltimore with me, you can give them whatever your friends, family, and coworkers may want, because we are quickly building out the peer-to-peer and moving into corporate gifting, which is a woefully underserved market and one that desperately needs our help. We do have a lot of competition on the market. We know who they are. They're big players, but they're traditional players. And everything they offer is impersonal, inconvenient, wasteful, and unwanted. If you're going to gift intentionally. You can do it. Don't get another ugly sweater for the next holiday. It's a huge market opportunity. This we see, and this is just us going after the credit card, the gift card industry, which we statistically know people want fewer and fewer gift cards as they are getting older. We're a digital world. And how do we know? Look at the waste. The waste last year alone and this year is targeted at $21.1 billion. If we can take just 10% of that market capture, and we know we can with our demographic group, we are going to be pulling in the revenues that we expect. We've already made traction. We have a provisional patent, and we have 4 trademarks. We are in negotiations with Gore, that you may know of the Gore-Tex brand. We collaborate with Red Bull and with lots of local businesses. We are a stacked team with over 75 years experience in the corporate world. We're in corporations, grow corporations, and we exit corporations. We're a simple base revenue model of 7.5% of the cost of the item, and we are 2-for-1 grab. Every user also has to bring in a friend, family member, or coworker in order to send a gift. We've raised $70,000. We're asking for a $250,000 safe note so we can speed onboarding and enhance the customer journey. So the next time you want to make somebody feel special, let them get gifted. Thank you.
Thanks, Nina. We certainly know a lot more about how the brain works than we did a decade ago, especially neurotransmitters. And so this understanding helps us better know how two treatments, and we don't have too much or too little neurotransmitters. So our next presenting company has developed a way to regulate those key neurotransmitters. Let's hear about this exciting new development from Paweł Zelniarczyk, CEO of iCure.
Thank you. My business, iCure, is in the innovative medicine. We develop groundbreaking medicine for the treatment of drug-resistant epilepsy. And I'm going to talk to you today about potential first-line therapy for those who cannot get their epilepsy under control. Our lead asset, IQ007, has been developed by international group of researchers led by very talented scientists from Jagiellonian University. We get notice from Harvard University. We've got non-dilutive funding from NIH. We're currently raising our seed fund, and so far we're able to get over $1 million, and we're moving on. Now, epilepsy is relatively well managed. Around 70% of the patients have their epilepsy under control. And that is realized by different medications which are on the market, and they work in different ways. But probably you've noticed that on this graph, there is a missing piece. And that missing piece represents 30% of the patients, or $3 billion market segment, where individuals cannot get their epilepsy under control. And this is where we help with our completely new molecular target and mechanism of action related to neurotransmitters. We can treat these patients. So far, our results are outstanding. What you see here is an animal model showing that IQ007 can stop epilepsy from development after first dose. So the difference between higher curve and the lower represents ability for IQ007 to stop epilepsy from development. Our market traction is outstanding. I've managed over 100 discoveries and early innovations in the new medicine area, and I've never seen such a market traction for the compound at relatively early stage. We not only establish relations with pharma, but we also collaborate with global leader in epilepsy toward exit. And you may heard a lot about long time waiting for ROI with new medicine. And that is true, because every medication has to go through the regulatory process. What makes us different is that we are having opportunity to make early exit within the next 12, maybe 24 months. This is because of science, and the activity of this compound is truly, truly outstanding and has been assessed by the global leader. Our go-to-market strategy is not to wait for the end of the phase 2 or for phase 3. We are going to make a first push for exit next year. This is because we've got this collaboration with the global leader in epilepsy, and they ask us very specific questions, and now we are answering these questions with the studies. And we are asking you to consider to joining us and my team. My team has over 8 years experience in development of the new therapeutics. We have a couple of successes, including IPOs valued $150 million. And overall, we've got over 40 years experience in managing transition between discovery stage, so this is what you hear about the academia, into successful business opportunities. Our deal for you today has been tested by Keiretsu. We've got term sheet from Keiretsu. We've got 40% warrants for you. We offer equity, and we also offer best what you can get, very reasonable valuation. That is helping us out to be together with you in our journey to stop epilepsy, especially drug-resistant epilepsy. Please join our breakout rooms. We will be talking a little bit science, but also we will be talking about market traction and how we can quickly get this compound on the accelerated development. Thank you very much for listening.
Great. Thank you so much, Pavel. Great job. We're going to launch our first investor poll now. This is for investors only. This is confidential. We will only share this information with our presenting companies. So for those of you who are investors who are interested in learning more or wanting to set up a follow-on meeting, please indicate as such. The first presenter was Gemba, which is the world's first B2B marketplace for new consumer products, leveraging AI to determine future consumer demand. Second presenter, Get Gifted, a peer-to-peer gifting app, allows you to seamlessly send the right gift anywhere and anytime. And iCure just now, which is bringing cutting-edge treatment for drug-resistant epilepsy and non-opioid, more efficacious treatment for neuropathic pain. So we'll keep the poll up for a little bit. We see people indicating as such. Again, this is for investors only. We will keep this confidential. While you guys are answering the poll, I want to let you know we have 3 more presenters. After the final presenter, we will do another sponsor poll. And after the sponsor poll, we will go into breakout rooms. Every presenting company has their own breakout room. So if you're an investor or potential partner interested, please join the breakout room. You can ask questions, and then you can also arrange a meeting with our presenters if you want to go deeper later on. So with that, last call for poll. Any interested parties, investors? Okay, well, with that, we can take down the poll, and I'd like to now introduce Lisa Friedlander, who is head of BD for Next, powered by Schulman Rogers, a longstanding supporter of CONNECTpreneur, very valuable partner, and incredible organization doing great things in our ecosystem here. Next, powered by Schulman Rogers, is disrupting the way startup law is being performed with packaged offerings on a fixed price basis. I believe Next is serving over 50 CONNECTpreneur alumni companies. So that's a testament to your awesome services, Lisa. Next was recently selected by Law.com and Legal Week as Startup Emerging Growth Company Law Firm of the Year, beating out several huge and well-known firms. You've also been recognized by other organizations, and just an amazing thing you guys have done in a very short 4 or 5 years. Also, Lisa, please tell us a little bit about Next Raise, which is an awesome new platform you guys are rolling out. And yeah, thank you for all your support over the years.
Well, terrific. Thank you, Tien. It is such an honor to partner with you and CONNECTpreneur all these years. We really value the friendship and are so grateful for all you do for our ecosystem every day. My name is Lisa Friedlander. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer here at Next. Tien gave a fabulous introduction for our innovative and, yes, award-winning platform for the delivery of legal services to startup and emerging growth companies. I will put in
Lisa, you're muted.
That's weird. Somehow I'm magically muted. Sorry about that. I was just saying I put in the chat our website where you can find lots of free resources for entrepreneurs, including, as Tien mentioned, our latest initiative, which is called Next Raise. Next Raise is all about connecting founders and funders from seed to Series A. And we are launching with an investor showcase on June the 1st. So if you are an accredited investor looking for deal flow, please sign up to join us. And if you are a startup, seed to Series A startup that is actively raising capital, please consider applying. We hope to see everybody there. And again, thank you for having us here today. We are really honored to be a CONNECTpreneur partner. So without further ado, I would like to continue with these fabulous companies. Next up, we have One Health Group. One Health Group provides animal health practitioners and caregivers with diagnostic quality animal health data, which increases efficiency, effectiveness, productivity, and of course, results in creating an optimum personalized healthcare plan for each animal that is cared for. I know I love my dog dearly. I'm sure we all love our pets, so this is really exciting to see. Please welcome One Health Group CEO and founder, Albert Di Rienzo.
Thank you very much. So at One Health Group, We are focused on providing clinicians and animal caretakers with a way to manage the animal health anywhere, anytime. They face many challenges. So, for instance, animals speak, but they cannot talk. Animals hide signs of pain and they mask anxiety. It's difficult to collect actionable data on site, and it's almost impossible out of clinic. Medical innovations for animals have seriously lagged human innovations, and there's a severe clinician shortage. So what's our solution? It's called Voice. It's a data acquisition, data analytics platform that collects, analyzes, and communicates accurate health data by using a small, safe, non-contact ultra-wideband radar sensor. And you can look at this as like ultrasound. Ultrasound uses sound waves, while we use radio waves to collect anatomical, functional, physiological, and contextual information. We also have a cloud-based dashboard with predictive analytics that's been founded on over 1 million hours of animal data, and then we can communicate information through a mobile app that displays health status and alerts. So Voice enhances animal care and well-being by providing better diagnostic and treatment outcomes, delivering care in a much more timely manner. We reduce expenses and personnel costs for the clinic. There's less hands-on time for each animal, which means they can see more animals, and it's a new revenue stream for them. So when you think of the global market TAM for animal health, animal research, production animals, and service animals, it's over $300 billion, and OHG's sum is over $60 billion, and these are growing at 8 to 13% annually. We play across every spectrum in the animal care world. As far as our competitors, they can't provide the breadth and depth of data that we can. So for instance, we're non-contact, they are not. We also provide things like blood pressure, core body temperature, lung and heart function. We're looking into the body. They cannot see these sorts of things that we do. They're mostly about location, tracking, maybe HR, heart rate, and rest rate, but that's about it. We also work across any breed, any species. They typically focus on one. As far as traction, we already have over 70 issued patents that has been valued at more than $17 million. We have a number of strategic relationships that extend our capabilities. We have multiple letters of intent that equal millions of dollars in revenue. We have a clinical partner. A primary one is Texas A&M, though we have others like Cornell University, Purina, and more. If you look at the leadership, it's very experienced. We have delivered over 100 medical solutions to the market from concept through commercialization, equaling billions of dollars in sales. We also have collectively over 100 patents issued, and most of us have worked together for 10 years, if not 20 years. As far as the financials, a veterinarian would pay $750 per sensor, $750 per sensor, and then $25 a month for access to the data, the predictive analytics, alerts, and upgrades. Pre-2023, we actually had $715,000 in revenues from a Johns Hopkins grant, 2 test beds that we conducted on over 2,000 units, and also a proof of concept with a global pharmaceutical company. Our revenue and profit projections over the next several years are quite nice, and we keep our operating costs low, but our project margins are quite high. So our investment request is we previously raised 5.9. We're asking for $3 million in this bridge, which gets our first 1,000 units on market. It's via a convertible note, 8% interest, $9 million pre-money valuation. About a third will be used for product development. The rest is to get us prepared for go-to-market. In conclusion, we have investors that invested over $3.5 million, a unique system, tailorable business model, world-class team, and we can move this same solution to human. So I look forward to you joining us in our breakout room. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Albert. Terrific presentation. And we know that there's not much we wouldn't all do for our pets. Good luck to you. Next up, we have Shaker and Spoon. Want to be your own best bartender? Shaker and Spoon provides subscription service with original cocktail recipes developed by the world's best bartenders, including everything you need to create the perfect at-home cocktail experience, which sounds pretty fantastic to me. Please welcome Shaker and Spoon CEO and founder, Mike Miliofsky.
Thank you so much for everyone's time. I'm really excited to talk to you today about a surprisingly complicated problem that we found a simple and elegant solution for. Interest in cocktails has been growing for decades. We can see this from the growth of the ready-to-drink space, from viral shows like Drink Masters on Netflix, and from the cocktail mixers market that's on track to double by 2030. The fact is, everyone wants to impress their friends while entertaining. So why is craft cocktailing so difficult to enjoy in the comfort of your home? Here are just a few of the barriers. All the specialty ingredients can be difficult to find, especially in one physical location. The internet is littered with cocktail recipes, but how do you know something is actually good? And making just a single cocktail can set you back $100 in supplies and leave you with full-size bottles and sticky jars of ingredients that are going bad or gathering dust because you don't know what else to do with them. So here's how we solve this problem. First, we develop original, exclusive recipes in partnership with the best bartenders in the world, so you know they're going to be great. We produce and curate everything you need to make them at our cocktail factory in Red Hook, Brooklyn, and portion them for you in the perfect amounts. So for less than $7 a drink, you can impress your friends with bar-quality cocktails and take all the credit. And the best part is that every month, it all arrives to your door along with step-by-step recipes and how-to videos to help you craft the perfect cocktail when you want it, wherever you are. In a market worth $25 billion and growing fast, we've already made quite a splash. So really, what makes Shaker and Spoon different from the competition? There are a few cocktail subscription boxes out there, but they're mostly sending ingredients that can be found just about anywhere that are not unique to their cocktail recipes. At Shaker and Spoon, we're going beyond that grocery store experience to create a truly unique product that is extremely difficult to match, let alone beat. We send bespoke, small batch ingredients tailor-made for each cocktail and highly curated original recipes from award-winning bartenders at the top of their game. We develop a 360 experience for each box that includes recommended spirits and food pairings, live expert happy hours, curated playlists, and more. And we've created the most ultra-engaged private community of fans and ambassadors on Facebook. Genuinely, I am amazed every time I see it. Shaker and Spoon is truly providing a best-in-class cocktail experience unlike any other, and our customer feedback is the proof. Our founding team is firmly at the helm after ushering in 8 years of strong growth and has strategically brought in a top-shelf league of advisors with a unique combination of e-com, retail, and spirits industry experience. And I'm excited to tell you about what we've done. We have fully bootstrapped to over $30 million in revenue. We've turned our focus to profitability and seen 144% year-over-year change. And since starting to sell sponsorships to spirit brands in January, we've already brought in 6 figures of revenue. After doubling our sales on Uncommon Goods, we are excited to launch Amazon and Marriott Rewards this summer. With our core subscription service alongside the other channels I just mentioned, we're solidly poised for continued growth while maintaining positive EBITDA. You've seen our incredible traction and our vision for the future. We've already raised $600,000 and are seeking $1.5 million. So why not join our first ever round alongside legendary bartender Souther Teague? Now is the best time to invest in Shaker and Spoon. So pull up a chair and let's toast the future of cocktail culture. Thank you, and I can't wait to tell you more in the breakout room.
Thank you so much, Mike. Those boxes look absolutely beautiful. I will definitely check it out. Thank you for that great presentation. For our final company, we are excited to hear from Wheel Tug. And to tell you more, please welcome Isaiah Cox, CEO and founder of Wheel Tug.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. I trust you can see my screen. What you're about to see, you've never seen before. This is an aircraft doing something that airplanes do not do today. They do not drive themselves backward on the ramp. Something very strange about all of this. Well, first of all, we're missing the ground tug itself. The ground tug is what pushes the airplane back today. Where is it? Where are all the little men who walk around the airplane, who check for collision risk, who stand around the airplane? And also, where are the engines? The engines themselves here are covered and definitely off. Usually the engines are running when you're taxiing the aircraft. Seems like a pretty mind-blowing thing. It's actually not magic. It is the culmination of many years of fantastic engineering work to be able to do something that has never been done before, to put an electric motor inside the nose wheel of the aircraft to make it possible to drive the airplane backward and forward without the tug and without the engines. So you can see it in operation here. The goal is to go from doors closed to taxi forward in 1 minute or less. I guarantee you that last time you flew, that was no less than 5 minutes and often 20 minutes or more. To save that magnitude of time every single flight on every single narrow-body aircraft is a big deal. And it's all about saving time, because that's why we fly. We fly because it's the fastest way to get where we happen to be going. It's a good start, right? There's more. Subway car takes tens of seconds to load, partially because a subway car has many doors. Imagine loading 150 or 200 people into an airplane using just one bridge. And that's why it takes tens of seconds to load a subway car and tens of minutes to load an aircraft. It's a real disconnect. And when you try to do that, you make yourself absolutely crazy, because it's the least pleasant part of commercial flight. It just doesn't work. But what if you did it differently? What if you could use 2 jet bridges? 1 jet bridge, and then we have 2. It's pretty mind-blowing. Here's how it works. This was done in the late 50s and early 60s. Look at how beautiful these airport layouts are. They had a jet bridge in the front, a jet bridge in the back. First class sat in the back. You had much faster turning of aircraft, much happier passengers, because you spend a lot less time getting on and off the airplane. And we demonstrated this recently, where you're able to turn the aircraft in because the engines are safely off, turn the airplane parallel to the terminal, and then you can access it with the jet bridge in the front and in the back, significantly speeding up operations. When you're finished servicing the aircraft, it simply goes about its business and taxis out. So it works exactly as you see here, as we demonstrated in Memphis, and will be in use at airports worldwide before you know it. Service it with 2 jet bridges, save a lot of time. And it's analogous, frankly, nothing has changed in aviation movement on the ground since the late 50s, since the dawn of the jet age. The technology gives us an opportunity to save an extra 15 minutes every single flight by simply updating the technology. And that means that we burn less fuel. We have lower emissions. We have less operating costs, less time on the ground. Utilization is the name of the game for most industries. In aviation, it's no different. The only reason we fly is because it's the fastest way to get someplace. And the only way in which an airline is profitable in operating margin is if it's fast on the ground. Every airplane flies at the same speed. It's on the ground where the battle is won. WheelTug will save 7 to 20 minutes per flight, not counting the 2-door operation. We have this field to ourselves. We have over 100 issued patents. We have no competitors. Our competitors spent over $500 million and failed. We have signed 26 airlines, over 2,600 aircraft in our order book, 15% of the fleet, and the airlines say very nice things about the product. They would very much like to have WheelTug in service. The overall analysis, within 5 years, it's a $5 billion industry. The overall industry is billions of dollars in potential profit per year to WheelTug and our shareholders. That's it. Join me in the breakout room or contact me at that email address. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Isaiah. Why don't we put up our second investor poll right now? We will be going into breakout rooms momentarily. This is for investors only. So we have One Health Group, which was our 4th presenter today, then Shaker and Spoon, our 5th presenter, and then our final presenter, WheelTug. Isaiah, I want to congratulate you, as I did last week. You were the first presenter out of over 1,000 presentations that featured cartoons on their deck. So very interesting concept, but really revolutionary. While the polls are going, I want to, for those of you who joined late, Emily, our co-host, will post information on joining our YouTube channel, where you'll get notified once these presentations are live. Our Slack channel, 4,200 people on there. It's free to join. You can use it as a way to communicate with our community. Just on a side note, we have LinkedIn and Facebook pages, so you can find us and request to join. We'd love to have you in. And also want to make you aware of our next virtual rocket pitch, May 31st. And we'll put all the information for our events into the chat box. We have 2 in-person events coming up in Virginia. One is the evening of June 8th, CONNECTpreneur in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. And then we have Connect Tales, which is a cocktail party that we do in conjunction with 3D Productions. Our partner, Hank Dearden's on the call, and I think Hank has posted registration on that as well. That's in Arlington, Virginia. Okay, last call for investors for our polls. And this is confidential. We'll only share the information with our presenting companies. So with that, we'll put up our last item. Avery, if you don't mind, we'll put up our last poll. That'll be our second on-the-spot poll for our sponsors. And again, this is confidential also, but if any of you are looking for any of these services that our sponsors offer, we will connect you or give your information to them. So we have sponsors that do great work, marketing services, legal, you just heard from Lisa, application, software development, and digital transformation services as Modus Create. If you're looking for accounting, tax services, or insurance, wealth management, staffing, if you're looking to hire some great people, we have a couple of sponsors that are in the executive search world. If you want to become a CONNECTpreneur ambassador, which allows you to have free attendance at our in-person events, as well as the possibility of hosting a masterclass for our community. And our masterclasses are great. We have between 50 and 200 people on those masterclasses, and they're all free for our overall community of 70,000 people. And if you're interested in sponsoring a future event in person or virtual, or if you want to present, we have a committee review and acceptance procedure. So if you're interested, just indicate, and Avery or Skylar will follow up with you. I think with this, we're going to end the poll and go into breakout rooms. Before you go into breakout rooms, and you'll be able to go in and out of whatever breakout rooms you want, but we recommend that you download the chat history so that you have it. There's a lot of stuff in the chat. So feel free to do that. Again, we have 6 breakout rooms, and we'll keep everything open till at least 12:30. Thank you guys for joining us. But we have 6 breakout rooms. Each one is hosted by one of our presenting companies. So we're going to open up the rooms right now, and you can feel free to go in, and then we'll notify you when we are ready to close the breakout rooms. But I want to thank everyone for joining us. And again, May 31st is our next in-person, it's our next virtual event. So with that, make sure you download your chat history, and we will see you guys very soon. Thanks.